Shalom, family. So, last time I came on here, the microphone was acting real bad. And, Naomi, the other day you asked how Val was doing. She was doing all right. And something else that I brought out yesterday, that day when I had went live about the answers, how they serve the queen. That's how answers do. And that does not excuse what feminism has done to our people, because that's not the reason why I brought up the answers to show to speak about how things should be transferred to another order. And that was something I was thinking about, probably thinking too far in, but that was something I wanted to come up here and say, because I know how words can be used and out of their proper context. I have some history today out of the book of Josephus, and we're going to dispel the Mark of Cain, but I'm finna show you that Negroes is actually banished. We've been banished out of our home country. And it's strange how our ancestors used to call us, used to say that we are Gala people. We Gala, which means we're gonna get it today. We have a snowstorm today. Oh, y'all do? Oh, you from up north. Naomi them from up north. All right. But let me go ahead and open up this here book here. All right. Now that Josephus right there. Josephus was he was a historian that lived around the time when the temple was destroyed. The temple was destroyed, and then after that, after Messiah died, that's around the time that Josephus lived. So he was an eyewitness to a lot of stuff. He was an eyewitness to our people when they was in the land. He was an eyewitness to all that. You could go to these modern day churches or whatever they want to call themselves today, and they switch up their words. Like a chef switch up recipes. They switch up words. You never know with a real chef. A real chef. My granddaddy was a chef. And a real chef, they'll switch up them recipes on you. You don't know what hit you. I never realized how my granddaddy made that drink that he used to make. I ain't gonna say what I saw him putting in there, because that was his own recipe. But the modern day people that call themselves scholars that be on TV and everything, one year they'll say one thing and the next year they'll say another. Let me show you something real quick before I get into that. Now this is the encyclopedia right here, and this right here was published in 2018, but this was not first published in 2018, but this was somebody that took an initiative to publish this in 2018, fam. And I'm finna get into Josephus, don't worry about it. But let me go down here, let me show you something. Ophir. It's a Hebrew, a country in biblical period. See, a country in the biblical period, the time when the scrolls were being written down by the scholars, because our people wasn't retarded and slow, slanging on trees and calling everybody one word, calling everybody Gold Coast, or calling everybody Crayola. Ophir, a country in the biblical period, well known for its gold. Now, what place on earth is well known for its gold? That'll show you who is this one of our kinfolk, because they're real blood kinfolk named Ophir. It'll show you a part of his inheritance, right? A country in the biblical, so they say in the Bible times. So I guess not in the modern day. Nope. In the modern day, it's snap it and grab it prosperity. It's prosperity time now. A country in the biblical period, well known for its gold trade. Gold trade between Palestine and Ophir. They was trading gold between Palestine and Ophir. Palestine, and the gold. You know, Palestine was trading with the West Coast. Palestine and Ophir. Palestine and the Gold Coast was possibly by the sea. By the sea. West Africa. By the sea. From the port of Azan Gibber, but only in the time of See, they say, but only in the time of Solomon. So Ophir, a country, a kingdom, in the biblical period. So when this man right here run his country, they say it was in the biblical period. So in these days, that's just a place where people go to, dump off trash, dump off t-shirts, old shirts that they don't want no more, like it's old dump yard, or come out there and just have the children go in there in the mines and pull up diamonds. That place over there where the captives ran to. A country in biblical period, Africa. That's where that come from, Africa. All right, and it means Gold Coast because it had gold there. Not because it was a place where they grabbed gold, but they know it had gold there because Ophir means Gold Coast. All right, and this is where our people went. Now, Yoktan named his son Ophir not because he was marking him. No, he named him that because that's what he named him. And that was his inheritance, the Gold Coast. Trade between Palestine and Ophir was possible by sea from the port of Azan Geber, but only in the time of Solomon. See what they say? Was an attempt made. Now they say that now y'all got to understand that was white people. We have a snowstorm. Ooh. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. They say that was see what y'all got to understand that was the white man brought that book to y'all. That was the white man brought the book. So see that was the white man doing all that stuff and writing himself in your African text intonation. You know what I'm saying? But let me show you some. But only in the time of Solomon was an attempt made to reach Ophir and take gold, precious stones, and sandalwood from there. Take gold or come and get gold. There's a difference between taking gold and coming to get gold. Family, I think that y'all need to look up 1 Kings 9 and 28, 10 and 11. And it was something I want to show you on the way to me reading that over there. So they're showing you about Africa. This Africa in the Bible. But since we don't know with a lot of things that's going on, we don't really look into this. Now this right here was written, like I told y'all, this was published in 2018. But this book was written way before European came down there to Africa. It was written way before they came down there to Yerushalayim, that is renamed Palestine. It was way before Nebuchadnezzar came down there. Way before. They had been done left. And went to their lands of inheritance. The children of Japheth. They already had left and went to the lands of their inheritance. Everybody had their own language, their own lots of inheritance. But some people decided to squat inside of other people's lot of inheritance. But all of the rest of the people, they went to their own lots of inheritance. All of Yapath and all of them went to their own lots of inheritance. Ham went to his own lots of inheritance. In the last day, Yapath came down from where their ancestors went up there, Shahar. They came back Laban, and they came back nabbing, stabbing, and grabbing everything in sight, like locusts. They came nabbing, stabbing, and grabbing everything they saw on sight. Let me show you something else. Now, and this is something that hopefully to make you laugh, but I'm finna show you. You know, when our people didn't understand, you know, like I was talking to y'all about on my last live, our fathers and them didn't understand because they were beat down not to understand. They were Ayaba. They were beat down Ayaba hostilely. All right? But let me go up here. Y'all know how when some of the brothers and sisters, when they try to say my name, what they calling me, like, you know how little babies be saying ba ba da da. I said, "Ah, look, what it say here? Awaba. So you know how they be saying, Yawaba." All right, I'm gonna show y'all the positive to that, and then I'm finna show y'all why it's important for y'all to understand what ghost mean and different things like that. All right, so let me show y'all the positive to Yiqwaba. All right, because some family member call me that. I mean, if you want to call me that, it's a positive to it. But I want to show you the importance of you knowing your language. This, you know, they say we spoke the oldest language. This is the oldest language right here, not right here. And there's something to this as well, but I want to show y'all something. All right, so let me go up to Yiqwaba with some of our family. I heard them calling me. Let me go up here. That's too far. All right, I saw it earlier. I underlined it. I think I did. La la la. That's Abba. That's right there, what I said, Y'all can get this book. It's the Lexicon Bible Dictionary. And you see this is two alaps right here. That's the sound it make. But and with them, they put in the code Macy's Lexionis, which means they add extra letters in there to get you to sound a different sound with your mouth instead of the original sound, which is the which is, you see that too, the two oxes right there. All right, now I saw that word, but I'm gonna show y'all what this one means. Okay, let me show y'all what this one means. Awaba. See, wa ba. Wa ba. Awaba. Wa ba. Wa ba. That's the excuse me, that's the ox. That's the hook. That's a hook. Wa ba. That's a house. See, you see the entrance right here on top? That's the entrance. That's the tent. That's the dalath. With a door open. That's the dalath. It open. And this is inside of the bayath. This is awaba. And this word put together, it means wineskin. Wineskin. So this is how you say wineskin in our language, because we use our letters, you know, like the oxen, the letters that we use from all the way from Adam. That was something ancient. Wineskin. Yiqwaba. Wineskin. The wineskin hangs from the tent pole. The wineskin hang from the tent pole. A spiritualist, possibly from their mumbling like the sound of a wine poured out of the wineskin. Uh-oh, now we're getting into something. Yiqwaba. Wineskin, a leather bag that holds wine and is hung from the pole. So some of our people were saying something in Hebrew, trying to figure out how to say Yiqwaba. They were saying Yiqwaba, Yaba. They were speaking Hebrew, but you just like, you know, just follow me on this now. But I'm finna show you there's a positive and it's a negative to this. All right, because this word can mean something positive and it can also mean something negative. Look at this, because this person that was using this wine was for another reason. Let me show you. Medium. What's a medium, family? You remember that lady that Malak Sha'awal went to see? King Saul, he went to see? A medium. Yiqwaba. Medium. One who evokes, but our people don't be knowing better. They just trying to learn. So don't feel like I'm trying to stop y'all from like babies when y'all saying stuff. That's not the reason why I'm saying this. I'm saying this so that you could be aware. This is how we learn. A medium. One who invokes the dead. You know. So this was one of the commandments that Yahweh gave us, that we ought not to pray to the dead, not to be in Yiqwaba. Not to be a Yiqwaba. You see? So I don't be mad with the family when they say my name in this way and that way. You can keep going until you can learn again, till you can learn what your ancestors knew again. But I'm just showing this to you so that you can see the importance of your language and the importance of us trying to say it the right way. You know, because Yahweh still understand. He still understand our language, and he understand that our people is in a state. We're being put inside of a state of being. So Yiqwaba means, it means wineskin, like a leather bag. That's something positive, a leather bag. Medium, Yiqwaba. And then they say, because you inside of your leather bag, you can have some jewelry in there, you know, that you want to go and give in exchange to the poor, so that the poor man can have something to eat, or the poor woman. But a wineskin, you put wine in there. I don't know how you're gonna put no jewelry in there. I mean, you know, the thing that you dip in the water. But you could try to store something in there and give somebody something to drink. You could put water in the wineskin as well. A wineskin. All right. Yiqwaba. So that's what I want to show y'all. One who evokes the dead, a ghost. And remember what I showed you. And then you could go to Strong's 178. All right. Bottle. And then look at this. And this should let you know why we should be continue to learn and study familiar spirit. All right. So we don't need to have, and you know, some of our people, they may say Yaba. I heard people say that. Yaba. Right here. Yaba. 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 Yiqwaba. They say it right. They say it right. And then they say, Yiqwaba. I said, oh, child. Yiqwaba. Yaba. Look, desire. The firm standing of the tent pole. Firm standing of the tent pole. Steadfastness, standing of the tent pole. Yaba, right here. And then some of my people, they say, Ya, Abba, Ya, Abba, Abba. a standing firm for what is desire. Ya Abba, same word. Ya Abba is a desire. Pa'al, long. It's Strong's 29 and 68. So y'all look up these words. Y'all be trying to sound out words. So just look, say, what does this sound like when I'm saying out my mouth? And then look up the word and learn the word. So you can be trying to sound out a specific word, and then whatever sounds that you make, and just write down those sounds, and then look through, go get you a Strong's ancient Hebrew Bible, a dictionary, and look through there and look for the sounds that y'all making so y'all can learn it, and you're gonna see it. Hostile, spirit, enemy. So look, they say Ayib, but it's Ayaba. Ayaba, see, hostile, spear, enemy. So hostile, spear, enemy. And you look inside of X in the book of Exodus, you're gonna see this word right here. Ayaba. They say it's gonna say Yib, but it's Ayaba, spear, enemy. The tent pole is a point at the end, so this got to do with the tent as well, at the one end, and doubles at the spear, which can be used against an enemy to defend, also support the family. So Ayaba is also used to defend against an enemy coming with an Ayaba from their bayath, from their tent. So you got to know that your spear that's up there is not to hurt the people in your tent, but it's to defend the people from an enemy. So Ayaba is to defend against an enemy, not to support the destruction of your bayath. Right here. Ayaba. All right, let me go ahead and go back over to Josephus, and I'm finna read to y'all what the historian had taught way back then before anybody know anything about calling some place America, the Caribbean, renamed everything before a lot of that happened. Let me show y'all what the historians had jotted down back then. All right, and if we had newspapers back then, which this right here is, this is the old school newspaper right here. All right, this the old school picture book. This is your family album right here. Your family photo album. The Bible is your family photo album. And I know some of us don't like how we look inside of our school photos, but that's still you in that Hamanaka. So I'm finna go right here. This is Josephus, chapter 6. This is around the time when we was getting ready to lose it all, family. Lose it all. And this is somebody that's writing this right on the cloughs of that, right in it. He was right there when it all happened. So anybody ever wonder what happened to our ancestors, the reason why all this stuff happened? What was it? Now this wasn't the jump off of all of it, but this was almost the end note of everything, because after this there's gonna come a transition. This is around the time of the transition from you having something somewhat to having nothing at all. All right. And being treated. There's a brother that did a video that I want y'all to see after this one is done. He was talking about this is evil, about the plantation, on how our ancestors was treated in the plantation. You know, before we went over here to the plantation and not having no rights to rule nothing, even though in our land there was somebody else ruling over us. I don't care if they were blood kin. He already had his own land of inheritance, but he ruled over ours and his. It's almost like a big brother that refused to let his younger brother rule over his own stuff. He want to rule everything. Now, they were grandchildren of Nach, in honor of whose names were imposed on the nation. So look, this is Josephus saying he wrote this in honor of those who had names imposed on them. Now somebody may say, "Oh, that's to help the white man." No, the people that came down there was imposing themselves on the other people. Josephus wrote this and he said, in honor. We got to remember what honor is. Honor, like when you honor your father, when you honor your mother, when you honor your children, honors class. When you're in honors class, it's supposed to be an honor to be in there. When you are honored to be the captain of the football team, when you honored to carry the pastor's suitcase and rag, where you're honored to serve the president wine or whatever you do. When you're honored, honor, what a lot of us seem to have forgotten, because honor is not called honor nowadays. When you win track, it's like you got to apologize now. I remember playing football, and when I was in the scrimmage and playing, we was playing behind the house and whatever we was doing. And when I was playing, trying out for Mr. Walt team, when he told me, "Why you jumping like the bunny hopper?" He cut me, and then he wanted to bring me back. But I was so mad at him until I went downtown to play down with the boys downtown. And that was where the white people stayed. No matter if nobody like it or not, that was a white people section. But anyway, he will honor you when he honor you to be the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Walt, if he honored you to be the starting quarterback, or he honored you to be the starting running back, HB, when you're honored with a position, you know what I'm saying? When we used to win game, Shalom Marty TV. When you win games, you can shout in victory, but now they want the children to almost feel like they should have lost, because now they got to almost go and apologize to the other team. "I'm so sorry we won. I'm so sorry." You can't even celebrate on football like they used to no more. You remember how y'all remember Deion Sanders from the Cowboys, when he used to go on the touchdown and celebrate and do his dance, and how all of the jitterbugs used to stand around the TV and dance? That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be like Deion Sanders. He wanted to celebrate, and we were supposed to honor him for making that touchdown. But guess what they did? They throw out a flag on that. So a lot of people that lost honor. But this right here is when he's saying he honored the grandchildren of Nach. All right? In honor of whom names were imposed on the Arats, on the nations, on the countries, by those that were seized upon them. Japheth, the son of Nach, had 7 sons. They inhabited so that the beginning at the mountains of Taurus and Amanus, they proceeded along Asia as far as the river Tansis, all right, and along Europa to Cadiz, and settled themselves on the lands which they light upon, which none had inhabited before. All right. So they went up. See, they did it right the first time. Yapath and them. That's why I said Yapath. When they did it correct the first time. Let me underline that. Congratulations, white people, when they did it right the first time. All right. So right here, the sons of Japheth, beginning at Mount. That's where they supposed to be. Amanus, proceeding along Asia, as far as the river. That's to show you the navigation along Europa and Cadiz, Europe and Cadiz, and settled themselves in the lands. So Japheth is the Europeans. They settled up there. So all of Yapath, if Europa is Japheth country, lots of his inheritance, he settled there when nobody else was there, then that means that all of these are brethren. They look alike. They all the brethren, they kinfolk. Europeans, Europa. That's where they settled at. And this is Josephus saying this around 69 or 70 something AD. This is him recording this. Now he was there. You know, if we turn on the news channel, Shalom, pure repentance, heart, the kingdom is at hand. Oh, you didn't? My bad, fam. I hope they work on that. So this is Japheth. Now we've seen that this is Japheth, a lot of it, and they Europeans now. We see that the Asians got the same bloodline as Taurus, Armanus, Asia, the Asians, who they help, because that's their brothers and sisters, Cadiz, and settled themselves in the lands which they light upon, which none had inhabited before. Now Japheth did it right the first time. Kudos to Japheth, the old Japheth, that did it right back then, which none had inhabited before. Which none, so that means that he didn't have to steal, nab, stab, and grab nothing. They called the Arats, they called the countries by their own name. So that's how Taurus, Armanus, Asia, Tanesis, Europa, Europe. That's why they got the name European, because they called themselves, their ancestors called them by their own name. That means that that's their daddy. He is the one that's the head of the tent. That's the one that Yahweh put to be the establishment of them as a people. This is how they have a foundation, because you got a daddy and you got a mama, and then they have children, and then they build up until they become a mighty and great nation. A lot of us don't consider that no more, that out of you. But see, the nations have already been established from back in ancient time, what we call ancient time. What we need to understand it as the old days. All right, the olden days when we had something. All right, before they called the Arats by their own name. See, they named it, and so for Gam-Ol, so Gam-Ol, he named up countries. Look, Gam-Ol founded those whom the Greeks now call Galatians. Look, so why did the apostle and them say to the Jews, scatter in Galatia, to the Israelites, scatter in Galatia, to the Judeans, scatter in Galatia? That's in your Bible. So why was it Judeans scattered in Galatia? And why was Japheth and them set in a colony? Why they running over a colony in the middle of the East? See, family, this could be so easy if we stop not trying to look at reality in order to look at reality. Japheth, the descendants of Japheth came, the Europeans, right here, the same people that we were seeing in the Bible, that all of the prophets and people was writing about, the European. Look, I'm finna underline this red so we can understand this ain't no play book. Let me underline this here red here. Family, the red. Look at this here, fam. The European. J-Fad, white people. So I'm going to say it like they said in modern days. Because it say Europe right there. Josephus said that they is Europe. And this is all they blood kindred. White people now called Galatians. So for Gomar, who is their brother, Europeans, same bloodline of people, same people, Europeans, all of them is kinfolk. Shalom, pure repented, that right. All of them kinfolk, that's they Kuth and kin, they come out the same bayath. They come out of the house of Yapath. Right there. That's their daddy. That's the head of their tent. That's the head of their tent. All right? He the one that if you go to their house, they got to call their daddy when they was little babies. When they was little boys, when like 12 and 1 and 2. If you came and say Shalom Yapath. Go back there. Shalom Yapath. I need some wine inside of my wineskin. Can I please borrow some wine? Yapath. But y'all speaking in ancient Hebrew? Because Yapath, Sham, Cham, and Yapath spoke ancient Hebrew. Their fathers, all of them spoke ancient Hebrew at one time. It was divided at later on down the line. All right? But let's say if Cham went to his big brother Yapath's house and say, Yapah, can I get some lentils, my brother? He had to knock on the door and go through daddy first. You see what I'm saying? Had to go through his brother first. Can't go to his wife. Can't go through his children. He had to go to his daddy first, right? And that's how you see how structure started. This is how structure started. You honor the one that got to go out and hunt. Honor the one that got to go out and catch the gazelle. Honor the one that got to go out because he put his life on the line every day. Don't go and ask his wife because somebody around there gonna say, what is Ham doing over there at Yapath or Leti house when Yapath is out fishing with Shamor? You see what I'm saying? So they honored, they respected each other's house. So when Yapath went over and see, this is when Yapath had a head on straight. Yapath went to Ham and he wanted to ask, he honored Ham. You say Ham and Sham, they called him by their name. That how he gonna talk to them, how he gonna have a conversation with them if he say, your name is not Sham, your name is not Ham, you are monkeys or nah, that ain't how that work. So this is Europeans, white people, J-Fad, right here. Josephus said it. Josephus. Now, if anybody want to refute Josephus, you got to be travel back in time. I don't know. You got to get in on the TV show. They call it Bible book, and travel back in time and look at Josephus. Look at what was going on during that time. You got to get inside of the car like Marty off of Back to the Future. If you want to see Josephus, you got to get in the time machine and travel back in time. And hopefully you'll see Joe, but you won't even know how he looked probably. And if you're looking for your Habada, you won't even know how they look. You probably make the same error that J-Fad did. But J-Fad knew who he was messing with. But people from this time, I wondered sometimes if they went back in time and they saw the real Israelites, they'll be saying, what's African Americans over here pretending? What's the Haitians over here pretending? Because this is showing you, history show you that this is the people that J-Fad set up. They set up their embassy over us first. Why can't we see this? That's why we were shipped first. Then after they dealt with us, then they started dealing with everybody else. But they was hitting everybody else. They hit us first. The history books say it. The book of Maccabees say it. They hit us first. They hit the ancient Kemetic people. Let's get that out the way. They hit the Kemetic people first. They still over there now today. And that's the people that a lot of people don't know. Y'all say them the Egyptians. No, that's Japhet descendants. And they know that. Some of them will tell you that they Japhet descendants, and they came over there during the time of the Maccabean period. So if they came over there during the time of the Maccabean period, and they was called after the name of the ancient Kemetic people, so they called themselves Egyptus. But the ancient Kemetic people, they had fled from over there. They left. So it shows you that Africans got gone out of their own inheritance. Kemetic people left. And the Yapath people stayed. All right? And Japhet came down now, ripping and snapping. Now let's keep on going, and settled themselves on the lands which they light upon. So that was in Europe up there, which no one had inhabited before. They called the nations by their own names. So this is what Japhet did. They inherited that was rightfully theirs by their own names. Okay? For Gomer founded those whom the Greeks now call Galatian. Gauls. Y'all remember the Gauls? The Japhet them, they keep their language. They keep their history. But were then called Garmites. So the Greeks had, let's read this again, which none had inhabited before. They called the nations by their own names. For Gomer founded, where you get the word God, Gomer founded those whom the Greeks now call Galatians. Gomer founded those, the countries, whom the Greeks now call Galatians. But look, Gauls, but were then called Garmites. Magog founded those that from him were named Magagites, like Magagite. But in English, if you say maggot, a maggot, somebody I think you talking about a maggot that's on the garbage can, but that's not what this means. Magogites. So Magog founded those that were from him were named Magogites, but who are by the Grecians, by the French called Scythians. So the French, the Gauls, call this the Scythians. The Magites, so the descendants of Magog is called the Scythians. The descendants of when it just say Greeks, it means nations, locusts. That was a name that they put on it, because the sons of Yawan are the sons of Yawan, but the sons of Yawan were called the Grecians. All right, and anybody that joined their kingdom or will force or brainwash to be how the Greeks do it, civilized by the Grecians. What's that word? Simulate. Anybody that will force simulation on by the Greeks, they were called Grecians, a part of their nation, or somebody that's imitating the Greeks, imitating European white people. Okay, a Negro trying to be white. I'm gonna say it point blank period. A Negro acting like he white. That's what simulation is. But who are by the Grecians called Scythians. So the sons of Yawan called them Scythians, Magites, Magog. Now, as to Javan, Yawan right there, and Madai, the father of Asia, Yawan and Madai, the sons of Japheth. Look at here. Japhet. Japhet is their daddy, the Scythians' daddy, the Magagites, the Gauls. That's called Galatians by the sons of Yawan. All right, y'all see that? We're gonna see Cadiz right here, but right now we're talking about. So let's underline this. Let me change the color to sky blue. I think that's what that is. Yeah, light blue. There we go. All right, so what we covered, the Gauls, the Galatians. All right, Gomer. Y'all see that? Gomer, Galatians, Gauls. All right, called Germites. So you look in the Bible, Gauls are called Germites. And then you have Magog. They're called Magagites. And the Grecians called the Scythians. All right. Now, Javan. So look at Javan. That's a son of Japheth. So Yawan and Madai. The sons of Japheth. From Madai and Madians. So you see the Medes. See the Medes? So when you see historians talk about the Medes and the Persians, look at this. The Medes right here. I saved it. The Medes right here. Madians. Let me stop for a little bit and look through the comment section. I like the that's cool, fam. Any questions so far or any statements anybody want to make? Feel free to write them down in the chat. The Medes, who are called Medes by the Greeks. Medes by the Greeks. But so the Greeks called them. So let me go up here. Let me change this color. So this is somebody else, because I'm telling you, a lot of us ain't understanding this. So the Medes, so from Madai came the Medes. So from Madai came the Medes. And that's the son of Japhet. Let me underline that one. Madai came the Medes. The Medians, called the Medes by the Greeks. But from Yawan, Ionia, and called all the Grecians Ionia. So we see this right here. Look up Ionia by the Greeks. And all the Grecians, all the French, all of the Frenchmen, all the Grecians, all the nations that simulate inside of what else, almost you could say an occult belief, a name. You know how they put a clubhouse and they say this is Mickey Mouse house. And all of them join inside of the same thing and say, we're going to call ourselves the Little Rascals. And all of them say, Madai playing in this game, uh Gaul's playing in this game here. They are the big boy clique. I don't know, just making up something so y'all can see how it working. The Asia, they say we the Medes. All right, so but from Yawan, Ionia, and all of the Grecians are derived. Thobel founded the Balites. So we see that all of the Greeks, so Europeans right now, who are now called Iberes. Now you see how their name changed? So this is the Greeks. This is the sons of Japhet. Okay, fam? This is Taurus, Amanas, Asia, Tanesis, and alongside Europe, Cadiz settling themselves on the lands which they light upon, which no man had inhabited before. But it sure couldn't be talking about your land. So they settled up north. They called the nations by their own names. So the nations up north, where it get cold at, where they said that they had that elephant with hair on it at that died out. You know what a polar bear at? That's where they went up. They went up there, up yonder. All right, so let's go down a little bit further, and we're gonna probably have to put a time stamp on this. So, and the Masakin were founded by Masak. Now they are Cappadocians. So let me come inside of here and see if I can, I do press the P to put a time stamp. I hope that worked. All right, so the now look now, and Masakini were founded by Masak. Now they are Cappadocians. So who are now called Iberes, and the Masakini, who were founded by Masak. Now they are Cappadocians. There is also a mark of their ancient denomination still to be shown. So there was an issue with them coming down there back then. For there is even now among them a city called Mazakah, which may inform those that are able to understand that so was the entire nation once called, the Rias. Also, so they was changing up names, and there was a lot of confusion going on then, fam. Called those whom he ruled over Tharicians. So this is close around the time of, look, the apostle Yachanan was alive. So y'all see how this thing working? The apostle Yachanan was alive. Yahushua had just passed on. So this been going on for a long time, fam. Let me see what the fam say. Fam, this been going on for a long time. Hamashiach was, they just lynched Hamashiach, and he rose up from the tomb after he was wrapped up like a mummy, like the Kemetic, like a Kemet man wrapped up like a mummy. They was mistaking them for Cushites and for ancient Kemetic people. They mistook Hamashiach for a Cushite and for an ancient Kemetic man. Think about it, family. Think about it. And when they buried them in the same manner as the Kemetic people. So, I mean, let's look at this thing here. Hamashiach wasn't a son of Ham, but they shown up like him, didn't they? Until the white people, the Europa people, the white people, the Grecians, and the Romans, which is also a part of the Grecian Empire, because their daddy name is Yawan. They mistook Sha'awal for a Kemetic man. They mistook the apostles for Cushites, for blacks, for the black African. Think about it. For the Gold Coast, for Ophirians, for Gold Coast Africans from the seed of Shem. They mistook them for one another. They couldn't tell the difference, but they could if they looked at the clothing and different type of stuff. They examined them long enough, they could tell the difference. But just by looking at it, just like if an African American went to Africa, if he kept his mouth quiet and he went to his blood kindred over there in Africa that escaped before the Roman Empire was established, that was enslaved before the Roman Empire was established, from the northern kingdom, with the same blood inside of you that's inside of them. As long as you didn't say nothing, if you went over there to Africa and you just waved at people and pretended like you was mute, they said, oh, forget that one on. But when they realized that you was a long lost brother or sister, when you say something, brother. So you see what I'm saying? Once you open your mouth, once you show some sign of who you, so that's how J-Fad knew. They knew who these people, when you see somebody say Shalawam, and they know we've been around J-Fad them for a long time, fam. So they know the ones that say Shalawam, that stand on the block, they know who. When Brother Phil went over there to Africa, he said the white people knew exactly who he was. All right. When our brothers from the northern tribe found out their citizenship and they is allowed to come over here because they filled it out the correct way, because they can't just sneak over here like everybody that a lot of people do. They got to fill it out correct. They got to fill out the paperwork correct. A lot of times their money gets stolen. So many times they don't get it paid back, but they got to keep on working, making a little bit to nothing to build up their money to come over here. And then when they come over here, the Europeans know who they is. The white people know who they is when they come. When they talk, they say, oh, that he from over there. There was a sister that was mixed. She said that they thought that she was probably one of the people from the middle of the East, but they knew that she wasn't really them, but they knew, but in some kind of way, she was a mixed sister. So y'all see how they work. So they knew how to get you. And they also had people to help them. But anyway, let me keep on reading. But the Greeks changed the name into so look at them now. They changing up history. See, so when we say they changed up history, Thracians, so Tharas also called those who he ruled over Thracians. So look at J-Fad now. Look at white people, right? This is they father and they daddy in them, which may inform those that are able to understand that so was the entire nation once called. Tharas also called those whom he ruled over Thracians. But the Grecians, the sons of Yawan, Scythians, the Medians, the Medes, the Gauls, the Kittians, the Kitty people, which is now we call them Italians, Romans, Spanish, but the Grecians changed the name to Thracians. So this is a history of them. This is what they do. This is just like when you say you got a new president, they changed this. They was changing people names up. and they was ruling over people in their own and somebody else's inheritance. They was ruling over them and their inheritance. They set up colonies and other people couldn't enjoy their inheritance. And whose children is this? Japheth, right here, Japheth. But the Greeks changed the name to Tharikians. So they changing up people's name, huh? And also called those whom they ruled over the Thracians. So they called them who they ruled over Asians, family. The Thracians. So Grecians and Asians. Think about it. Afro-Asiatic people. But the Greeks changed the name into the Thracians. And so many were the countries that had the children of Japheth. So Japheth changed the names. Japheth changed whatever country that they went in, whatever the country the white people went in, they changed the name, fam. So you see that right there? Whatever country they went in, they changed the name. It's still going on. You right, Sister Naomi. Still going on now. You first you was Yasharal. Then you was Afro-Thracian. Now you was Afro-Asiatic. Then you was Cushite. Then you was Hamite, put under the seed of curse of Ham. All type of different ideologies and all this. Then you was a buck. Then you was a winch. Then you was this. When is it gonna stop? When we start understanding what's going on, then we won't be so confused and blind. It's Yahweh. We don't even know our way back home, family. They done changed up names, done scrabble. You know how you doing your homework and your little brother or your little sister, anybody, Japheth or Ham or Sham, answer this question. You ever did your homework and somebody, one of your little baby brother and sister, just took the paper and scrabbled all of it going, cuckoo gaga. You know what I'm saying? And then you try to tell your teacher, hey, teach, Mrs. I don't know, whatever your teacher name is, they scrabble all over it. Or the dog ate it. You know, your little baby feeding it to the dog for real. And then you go to the teacher and say, hey, teach, I tried to find my homework. I found it out there in the dog house, in the dog boo-boo. And the dog had peed on it and chewed it up. And you showing it to the teacher, she smelling it. She said, ooh, stop telling the tale. Send you to the office as being a liar. Well, this is what they do to you. When you bring up this history, people treat you like you telling a lie. Like you reading a religious mystery fairy tale book. But let me keep on going. So many were the countries that had the children of Japheth. So wherever Japheth went, the father of the nations of the north, that left during the time when around the time when the earth was divided, that's when the time when the languages was divided. So some say the earth was divided at the time of Peleg. Now the Bible say the earth was divided around the time of Peleg. That's around the time of Yucatan and Peleg. All right. Everybody was divided. The kingdoms were divided. The countries, the kingdoms, the peoples were divided. During that time, even the Arats, I think the Arats probably was starting to divide. The tectonic plates in them probably started to divide even during that time. So if you just stay in your lot of inheritance, if that water pull you so far away, you'll be right where you're supposed to be. You could get in the boat and go to your brother and sister house and borrow sugar if you want to. But Japheth didn't want to do it like that. He wanted to go and nab, stab, and grab everybody's inheritance and make everybody's life a living hell. So many were the countries that even Japheth started off hitting each other. Listen, Alexander the Greek, not the great, Alexander, the son of Yawan, the Grecian, the Frenchman, Alexander the Grecian, the Frenchman, the son of Yawan. He was in their clubhouse. He was inside of their secret society. He was inside of the Illuminati. Think about it, fam. Think. Japhet, son, was in the Illuminati, the bloodline of people. The Thracians, who was a part of this, who can be a part of this secret organization? Japhet. But was all of Japhet doing it? Think about it. So what did Alexander the Greek do? Who did he knock off first? He started hitting his own first. He came out of the land of Chittim. All right? But let's keep on going. The kitty people. But the Greeks changed the name into Thracians, and so many were the countries that had the children of Japheth, the children of white people. For the inhabitants of the three sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and look how they changed his name. Ashkenaz, Noxy, Ashkenaz, Gomer, Ashkenaz, founded the Ashkenazians. So Gomer, Japhet is their daddy. Gomer is Japhet's son. Japhet is the head of that household. Gomer is the son of Japheth. Gomer is the father of Ashkenaz, which means Germans. Founded the Ashkenazians, who are now called by the Greeks Reginians, and now they call them Germans or Jews. Gomer, Ashkenazians, who are now called by the Yawan children, Ashkenazians, and now called in these days, and we know they call the lost Jews that returned back in 1946 or 47, whatever time they say. So did Japheth founded the Rapians, now called Paphlagonians, and the Thargomanians, who are the Greeks. That's the organization. This the organization. Come on, fam. This is groundbreaking. This just hit the ticket, family. This hit the ticket, family. The illumination. This hit the ticket, family. Resolve. The Greeks' resolve were named Pyragians, pirates. Oh God. Oh yeah. Pyragians. That sound like pirates to me. Of the three sons of Yawan, the three sons of Japhet, the three sons of Yawan, the sons of Japhet. That's his little children. The mama, the Japhet's wife, nursed them. That's how they come to be. He nursed Gomer. Japheth wife nursed Gomer. Gomer wife nursed Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz wife nursed their children. They the three sons of Japheth, the Scythians, the Gauls, the Ashkenaz. Come on, family. The Medes. Come on, family. Also the sons of Japhet, Elisia, Japheth, Elisia, gave name to the Elysians, who were his subjects. Wait a minute. Japheth, the son of Japheth, Yawan also, the son of Japheth. Yawan also, the son of Japheth, Japheth, not the son of Shem. Yawan also, the son of Japheth. Elysia gave name to the Elysians, who were his subjects. So Japheth, son, Elysia, gave name to the Elysians, who were his subjects of his royal court. They also now, they are now the Aeolians, Theresus, to Theresis. Remember? So now, when they took over these people right here, when Japheth took over their brother and sister right here, the Theresians, remember the Theresians? Let's go back up here. You see this right here? Thobel? Grecians are derived from Thobel, founded the Belites, who are now called Iberis. And so let's keep on going, family. I know y'all seen this. The Thracians, the Thyras, look, which names they may understand. Once called Thyras, also called those who he ruled over Theresians. And who was he ruling over? Their own blood kindred. And how did they destroy them? Elisa gave name to the Elysians, who were his subjects. They are now the So let's go up here and let's read again, which may inform those that are able to understand that so were the entire nation once called. Thyras, also called those whom he ruled over Thracians. But the Greeks changed the name into Thracians, and so many were the countries that had the children of Japheth, for the inhabitants of the three sons of Gomer, Ashkenazians, founded, who were now called by the Greeks Rahaginians. So did Rephath found the Raphians. So Rephath, now called Papagonians, and Thorgo. See how they doing all this here stuff? Who, as the Greeks resolved, were named Paragians, of the three sons of Yawan. So that's the three sons of Japheth there. That's they did it. So for the polyandry test, is Japheth is the father. He is the father. Who were his subjects? They are now the Aeolians, Theresus to Taras. For so was Cilicia of old called, the sign of which it is this, that the noble city they have had at Metropolis. See, without this information, how can we understand the book of Acts? Without this information, how can we understand the book of Matthew? Without this information, how can you even understand the seed of Japheth? Without this information, how can you understand? Why did Josephus know this, but we don't know? I guess if you've been whipped and swept for all these centuries and forced not to read, or I guess that when you can't speak your language no more and you can't read the original text to get the original meaning, like what the old school people say, they like the old school better because it's just better. They like the original. You want an original, you want to taste original apple pie? Grandma put the original recipe in there. She give you the original soul food. Look at this. So remember, we was reading about these people right here in the history books a while back. And from that is that all the islands, the greatest part. So we're going to stop right here because I'm starting my voice starting to get tired. Let me put this, let me write something here to help me remind myself that this is what I'm supposed to be coming back to. All right. X mark the spot. This is where I'm supposed to be coming back to, fam. If you're Yahweh willing, I'm finna come and ask anybody if they got any questions. Once I get my my StreamYard set back up correct, then hopefully Yahweh willing, I will be able to allow people to start coming back up like we used to do. But I gotta get my StreamYard back like I want it before I do that. But if there's any questions, any statement any one of y'all would like to make, let me pin that up. This is what they did. Our ancestors in slavery. In slavery. It's the same people, right? Pure repentance, same people. In slavery, changed the name. That's their nature. That's what they do. And Sister Naomi say it's going on right now. Exactly, fam. Exactly. Shalom, Mark, Brother Marty. That's Brother Marty from Africa. Our brother from the diaspora in Africa. Our brothers from the northern tribe, they're Marty and them. That's a real brother from the northern tribe. That's one of your real brothers right there. Brother Marty from the Airway people. All right, fam. Let's show Brother Marty some love. More fire, brother. Armand, thank you, brother, for coming. One of these days, I want to get you back up here like we used to back in the olden days. You know how we speak about that when you used to hear the older people say that. I ain't understand why they said that. But now I understand. Now we starting to be the big boys. You know, we ain't the old people yet, but we, you know, man. Snoop Dogg is a OG now. You know what I'm saying? Now the people that was the OGs, they the ones that you really got to respect. You know what I'm saying? That's the ones that he been here for a while. You better respect him. You know what I'm saying? But he had his day when he was a jittybug. So it's a growth process that we all going through with, fam. And this walking, we ain't all arrived. We have not arrived yet. But we all pressing forward to the mark, to the higher calling which is set before us, the Athal. That's where we got to reach. X marks the spot. We got to reach the promised land, family. And the only way we're going to do that is we got to keep the commandment. How do we keep them? Love Yahweh as we love. See, love Yahweh with all your strength, soul, and might. And love your brother like you love yourself. Instructions of how to love your brother and sister written down in the law, statute, and commandment. All right, family, I'm about to get up off here. Please keep up with the family that's going live. I would like to see, and Private C, I believe the Private C stopped over here last time. So I reckon she doing all right. I want to say shalom, sister, Professor, lovely lady. I saw you come through. Sister Malaka, brother Moshe, the commentator, came through, and brother Moshe, Monster Moshe, and many other brothers and sisters, they come through and they drop through. Brother Kate Judah, and whoever the brother and sister that may drop through, I just want to say shalom to you. Keep on scribing, and sister that keep saying Waba, you gonna get it right one day, sister. I'm not offended because you said Waba and all that. Just say it how you can say it until you can learn it. And brothers, it be brothers doing it too now. The brothers trying to hide behind the seat. There be brothers doing it too. But just keep on learning, brother. Just keep on scribing, brother. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. As long as you keep on trying. Like they say, when you practicing in football practice, you got to keep on practicing until you get it right. All right? You don't just give up just because you ain't learned how to run the play the first time. You got to keep on going until you learn how to do it. All right, family. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave off. I hope y'all enjoy this track that I got set for y'all. And I want to say shalom to y'all. And remember, don't be a stranger. Always know that you're welcome to come and listen to the word. And whatever you did in your life, just ask y'all to forgive you. He'll forgive you. Come and listen to the word. Get this word inside of you. Let's learn history together and grow as a family. Shalom, family. Dawada for coming.
Revelation chapter 1. His head and his hands were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. Got hit. Now we're doing things that don't make sense. It's like we power down begging for the pit. I guess it's cause so many people get it lit up. Set the fence, jail time is we set up. If you want to be successful, do you shut up and let up? Or give up on the family cause we get it wet up? Being pacified by delusion, with confusion as a resolution. Can we stop being prostituted by the beast? Start loving one another, knowing we the least. He said my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Check out the other, it's a fox in the island. Hit the blind, lead the blind, they'll both fall in the ditch. But if the people who are called by the name of the Most High turn from their wicked ways, he can take away a switch. Better than the crest, cause he can take away the stain in the whole stitch. And wash your mind from the lies that disguise in the doctrine of Willie Lynch. The bitch, the brother gets a sister by the light in the dark skin color. Granted us a Negro slave Bible. Is your name Toby or Kente? Are we only born to be chattel slave? I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. It's an ought to be speaking loud. It's a cannon to the walls of Babylon fall down. I pray you how you make me bold. Yeah, they try to drop me from my faith, throw me in that ward, but guess who get the praise? How you got my back, and I ain't scared of none. They tryna knock me off, boy, I never run. I'm running for my king, and you can't stop it, man. I'm coming real strong, that you can't ignore. This is spirit battle, so put your flesh down. I'ma ride out on the devil head. I ain't never scared, watch me square up. Negro, we the people of the Bible. We done messed around and read them scrolls. We the kingdom of peace, let's go. Yahweh got a back, and we the strongest one. With God inside of us, we already won. Greater we see this within us, the heat that's in the world, and ain't no weapon formed against us ever gonna prosper. Your eyes ain't seen, or your ears have heard the things that Yah has prepared for his children. They ain't been determined, man, it's already written in the old covenant and the brick. How to shine, man. And we wait for the kingdom to come down for us to die in the sky. In the meantime, gotta keep the commandment. If we say we ain't sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth ain't in us, y'all say. Adults, not children. All these movements against you. Family should be more important. And yeah, for sure, I agree with you. Black lives do matter, but the lives don't. Do we hate the word now? It's too much going on for us to be sitting here trying to put each other down. Double tone talk. They say black lives matter, then they say LGBT matter more. Everybody claim they got their own truth, so the whole truth they Never give up. Hold your head up. Be strong until the end. No trouble don't last always. And the sun gon' shine again.